This is part three, when love becomes a loan. Now, before I say anything else, I want to start here. Today has come where being able to hold myself accountable has become a job. And when I say I hold myself accountable, I mean I hold myself accountable for my action, especially if anything I've said came out wrong, felt wrong, or landed heavier than I intended. If I ever said anything that made your blood rise just a little bit higher, I truly apologize. Because this platform is not meant to make anyone feel sick inside. It's meant to heal. I cannot stand here trying to help someone while cutting them down at the same time. So if I ever done that, knowingly and unknowingly, I take full responsibility. Now, let's talk about the gray area. His side, her side, but where is the truth? See, in today's society, we don't just look at the middle. We pick sides. His side, her side. But usually, truth lives somewhere in between. This episode is not about attacking men. It's not about defending women. It's about awareness. Awareness to help men, awareness to help women, and awareness to protect foundations before they crack. Because imbalance doesn't scream first, it drains. And that drain, it starts to affect mental health on both sides. Now, I want to take a moment and I want to talk about when love becomes a loan. Have you ever noticed how sometimes love starts feeling like a loan? You keep investing, you keep depositing, you keep pouring in, but the account never grows. You're putting in time, you're putting in effort, you're putting in emotional energy, and the balance is still low, is still uneven, and it still feel empty. And slowly, you start to questioning yourself. Am I too much? Am I not enough? Why do I feel anxious when something that's supposed to feel safe? See, that's not just relationship stress, that's mental strain. When love starts making you doubt your worth instead of strengthening it, that's imbalance. I want to take a moment and I want to talk about the silent math of imbalance. In an imbalanced love dynamic, one person starts the conversation, one person apologizes first, one person plans everything, one person adjusts, one person explains themselves over and over again. And the other, not always evil, sometimes just comfortable. Comfortable receiving without pouring back in. Comfortable being needed. comfortable being pursued. And if you're not careful, you start accepting less just to keep peace. But consistently shrinking yourself to maintain a relationship. See, that chips away at your mental health. It chips away at your understanding. At this point, it's an imbalance. Now, I want to take a moment and I want to talk about the gray area that no one talks about. It's not always villain versus victim. Sometimes it's wounded versus wounded. One partner feels abandoned, the other fears letting their guard down. One talks more, the other shuts down. And both think they're pursuing and protecting themselves. But really, they're just coping. So let me give you a real life example. Let's call them Marcus and Leanna. Marcus and Leanna are not villains in this story. They repeat what pretty much many couples go through. From the outside, people may say Marcus don't care. And on the other side, they might say, or Alina is too emotional. But what most people don't see is the gray area in between. This is not about exposing anyone. This is about understanding patterns. So let's look at Marcus and Alina for a second. Marcus shut down because that's how he survived growing up. Alina might ask for reinsurance again and again because silence once meant danger in her life. Now, neither of them are crazy and neither of them are evil. They are responding to old wounds, and untreated wounds don't just affect love, they affect your mental health. The anxiety, the emotional exhaustion, the withdrawal, the overthinking, the pressure. That's why counseling isn't weakness, it's emotional maintenance. Now, I want to take a moment and I want to talk about when the giver starts to shrink. The one person who pours the most, they don't leave first, they shrink first. They stop asking for reinsurance, they stop suppressing the hurt, they lower their expectations because somewhere inside they have decided if I expect less, I won't be disappointed. But that's not healing, that's survival mode. And see, survival mode inside a relationship is not stable nor sustainable. See, there's a scripture in the Bible in Proverbs 4 and 23. Guard your heart, for everything you do flows from it. If anything flows from your heart, then protecting your mental health matters. If you ever feel overwhelmed, emotionally drained, or in a crisis, you can call me. You can call or text 988, the Suicide and Crisis Hotline. It's available 24/7. Seeking help is not shameful, it is strength. Now, before I depart, I want to give my gratitude to Miss Vanessa and Mr. David. I want to thank you for trusting me enough to allow this conversation to happen. This message is not just for you, it's for anyone who sees themselves in this story. You were bold enough to open the door for awareness, and I respect that. To those in my future, those who may seek guidance, counseling, mentorship, or support, steps are necessary and growth takes work. I do provide personal sessions, but my heart behind this is healing first. I want to thank you all for listening. Thank you all for trusting me. Thank you all for even strolling by. This is not about choosing sides, it's about choosing growth. Have a good day, and may God protect you from things seen and unseen. You guys have a good day. Bye bye.